The story, The Black Aeroplane, describes the narrator's mysterious encounter with a strange pilot in a black aeroplane during his flight from Paris to London. Let's see what happens in The Black Aeroplane by Frederick Forsyth. The narrator was happily flying his old Dakota aeroplane over France. He was looking forward to flying back home for the holidays. So he contacted Paris Control and informed them that he was flying back to England. He then checked his map and compass. He was on his last tank, but he believed he could make it to England. He was dreaming of an English breakfast. 150 kilometers from Paris, he saw storm clouds in the sky. They looked like huge black mountains. The narrator thought he should return to Paris, but he really wanted to reach home and have breakfast. So, deciding to risk it, he flew his Dakota into the storm. Everything went black. The narrator checked his compass. To his amazement, the compass was turning around and round and round. It wasn't working. None of his instruments were. He couldn't contact Paris Control for help. He was now lost in the storm. Suddenly, he saw another plane flying towards him. The pilot waved and told the narrator to follow him. The narrator was glad. He followed the black aeroplane like an obedient child. The narrator had been following the black aeroplane for quite some time. The Dakota was now on its last fuel tank. It would only last for a few more minutes. The narrator was beginning to feel afraid when the black aeroplane started circling down. Suddenly, he came out of the clouds. With joy, he saw a runway in front of him. He was safe. He looked around for the black aeroplane so he could thank the pilot. But there was no sign of the black aeroplane. He landed, glad to be walking away from his Dakota. At the control tower, he asked about the other pilot. The woman at the counter looked at him puzzled. She told him that his plane was the only one she could see on the radar. The narrator was stunned. Who was the pilot in the black aeroplane without lights?